So this video is sponsored by Pionex, one of the exchanges I use all the time. It's one of the main crypto brokers to Binance, so the volume is very high. The main thing that sets them apart though is that you can use free trading bots, a variety all designed to benefit from different market behaviours, whether that's up, down or sideways. You'll get 20% off all your trading fees for life with my link in the description. And if you join the Telegram, a lot of us already use it, so if you've got questions we can try and help you out. Hello everybody, welcome back. Bit of an early midday video, just sitting around here twiddling my thumbs really, as the market is doing exactly what we expected, which was to basically double bottom around this level and sort of try to make its way up on the 1 hourly again, you know, just boring stuff. But today we're talking about XRP, as we did, when was it, 7 or 8 days ago, just before we got that first initial pump. So let's just take it back a step and have a think about what actually happened around here, because it seems like a long time ago. So we were in this, we'll zoom right out, we're in this giant descending triangle, huge descending triangle that XRP lives within. That's the wrong one. This is the right one. The huge descending triangle to which XRP dwells in for the vast majority of its time. Does this. This is the latter stage of the last bear market. We had one before this. This is not the first rodeo for XRP. This would be the third time that XRP has behaved this way. Almost fourth time, in fact. So it's a very old coin, 2013. It's going to celebrate, if it hasn't already, its 10th anniversary. It's 10 years old, one of the oldest altcoins out there. And with that comes maturity of the chart. So it's always been a chart that responds well to signals. It's always been one of those. And we shouldn't be surprised that it's responding this time round, in all fairness. So there was a pump signal just before we saw this big breakout. We saw the pump signal on the 4 hourly. We speculated that it would take us up to the descending triangle, and if it were to break outside of here, then it changes its behavior, and it goes into the rinse and repeat XRP market cycle, which again is still early days in saying that, but it does look like it wants to do something similar to that, doesn't it? Really, it's already started a decent rally from where it left off from. Let's just mark it off from when that signal took place. We'll just call it from the Bollinger Band Center. We've done a 35% rally so far. It's not bad. It's not great. I know everyone wants to be a millionaire instantly in this market, but it's not bad at all. So what other signals do we have now? So if we zoom right in, stretch the chart right out, we can see that there is a pump signal. It's not a trend signal, unfortunately. It is a pump signal that I can see here on the Ichimoku cloud. Now, you can go as far as to say that this is a trend signal. You could probably you could call it either way, because it was born in the form of this giant big wick, this huge body. Actually, this huge candle body is where we saw it basically rally a 32% in a day. That was the day after the video, by the way, so it's not a bad call. I'm not saying I called it exactly. I didn't. I said there's a 4 hourly, and if we break outside of the descending triangle, it takes on a new form, and that's basically what happened. You know, so I'm not saying that I said this is going to make 35% by the time you finish this video, or put your socks on. Although that could have happened. That wasn't it. I said there's a pump signal on a 4 hourly that could take us above the trend line, and then that's where things get interested. So the next major level of resistance for XRP is around this 51-52 cent zone. We've not got golden crosses. The pump signal was born in the form of a pump. We came back down, as we were talking about on the live stream for Patreon members. We're doing one of those again tonight. Again, so £7.50 a month. I said a week by accident. It's a month. Good value for money, I think. 2 live streams a week. And we were saying, like, we're probably going to see a full retrace. So long as we're above the 200 exponential, which is where XRP likes to revisit, where you're in a bear market or a bull market, if you're bullish or bearish, they've got a good relationship with the 200 exponential. We're ever so slightly front run that by what looks to be a fraction of a percent. And then we're basically launching up even further. So this area around here is a bit of a boxy zone, really, rather than a simple horizontal. But if you zoom right out, you can see that there is major support around here. This is basically where all markets sort of found some sort of bounce around that May crash. And then obviously XRP was having a hard time with the SEC, still are technically. So I'll just mark it off as about 51.5 cents really for the next major area of resistance on this one. Breaking above there, things do get particularly interesting. We should be targeting areas up towards 70 cents on this one. Let's have a look at momentum and how hot we are. Momentum's good, volume's good. A little bit of bearish divergence, but again, it's only so far 2 drives. There's nothing massive, and again, because we basically collapsed and lost the vast majority of the gains that took place that day. You could make the case that we're basically reset anyway. Let's have a look at the 4 hourly to see how that's doing. because the money flow index wasn't very hot on the daily either. So let's have a think about what we see here. So nice, no bearish divergence going on over here. This is basically an uptrend looking for continuation. Now, we do have a trend signal formed on the 4 hourly here, so across above the cloud, cheeky span above price, obviously price action above the cloud too. So this is a trend signal in play, and it will only cancel out when the blue crosses the red and the cheeky span touches price action, as we all know. Couple that with the momentum on the 4 hourly and the fact that we're not overheated, no bearish divergence, no nothing like that. I'd probably say that this is going to reach into the lower 50s really, or I might get wicks below it. So I mean above 50. I don't see a problem with that. I think that's pretty much guaranteed at this stage. Yeah, looks pretty much ripe for that. Bitcoin can pull back, the market can pull back, XRP will obviously pull back. But with this kind of behavior right now, I would say that XRP is probably about to start to go into full bull mode. And when I say full bull mode, let's just think about what that meant last time, okay? So we broke out, because I don't want people to put their life savings into XRP. Like I say, on that video I said, you know, this is still currently within the triangle, but when outside of the triangle, that's when things might start to get interesting. So we broke outside of the triangle properly this time. There was a period where we broke out here, and then we unfortunately March dip, March crash, whatever you call it, the crypto crash, denied access to that. Second time we came out, we rallied, consolidated, weekly Bollinger Band Center, big pump up, massive big pullback, standard XRP fashion, running all the way back up, and then blah blah blah. So you generally get quite a lot of chances to buy dips on XRP. Now, if you're looking to buy a dip on XRP, you know, for any trade, I would honestly wait for a 200 exponential. I feel like I've said this so many times in the last bull market, because I always, I say always, I'll make videos on XRP when something's about to happen, or I feel like there's something going to happen on XRP, because XRP is my first love. That's, traded. I bought a ton of that when it was about 3.5 cents, give or take. Sold it when it was over $2. So it did me very well back in those days. That's the original bull market. But the last one, it still did quite well. I was trading it for derivatives, but it was always the same thing. People were always saying, well, where do I buy it from? Is it too late to buy the XRP rally? I would never buy XRP, or what I should say is it never FOMO into XRP, because history will tell you that it pumps and it dumps and it pumps and it dumps like mad. You should only really buy XRP on a very deep consolidation or a dump, and the best place would be a 200 exponential. So currently that's sitting down here just below 41 cents. So we're now trading at 50. So I mean, that's going to tell you right now that if you were to try and buy this dip because you're getting excited about it, you might even see an close to 19% drop before you even see a bounce on this one. It might even be worse for you. You might see a long drawn out consolidation from the 50s into the 40s over a period of weeks, months. Or something devastating might happen in the market, generally speaking, and you will not see this recover until we basically see another signal similar to the ones we've seen so far. So the signal only really being that 4 hourly pump signal that was so close to the descending triangle that it basically caught momentum and has pumped up to this new level. So long story short, this does look like a resistance that's worth thinking about. Let's have a think about the Bitcoin pair. Right, so the Bitcoin pair on the daily is now teetering over the edge of a 200 exponential moving average. Recognize the relevance of that 200 exponential. So we go back in time, we can see. So a bit messy back over here, I have to say. Definitely a bit messy back over here. But let's just think about it since this level. So fair enough. Plenty of resistance here. Okay, reclaimed it, powered on through. Big dump right into it before we got a huge, big pump move. Well, it's not that big, is it really? It's 31%. But you can see that I'm just trying to show you the relevance of this moving average. Supports, breakdown. So this is the first time we've touched it since all the way back over here in January, when we lost this area. So this again just doubles up on the fact that this is a resistance right now. You should think about maybe not being XRP or buying XRP at this level, but also being generally quite excited about the way that it looks like a rinse and repeat market cycle breakout, which could mean that general upside is going to be lasting for about 6 to 12 months from here. This generally doesn't go down very well with the skeptics of XRP. It goes down well with the XRP army, which I am part of, obviously. So if you're looking for another type of trade, you'll be looking at this on the 4-hourly. We've got a golden cross that's just forming now on the Bitcoin pair. It's pretty good. And that is still a 13%, almost 14% drop from where we're at right now. You'd always look for a retest of that. So be prepared for that. If you're looking to get in on it, you look at getting in at these levels. You're just going to have to be patient. If you don't have the patience for XRP, it's probably not for you, I'm afraid. So yeah, we're pushing resistance on both pairs right now, and there'll be room for wicks up, and there'll be obviously plenty of room for drops back down. But right this very moment in time, if you're thinking about it on the long term, we're looking at something pretty sweet, and we are looking at basically something that is no different to how it's always behaved. But just bear in mind that, you know, buying around now, short term, you're looking for some losses probably. Even if you're not, it's still FOMO technically. If you want to be serious about buying XRP, you wait for those dips. 200 exponentials on any time frame, but preferably a daily, would be a perfect entry point, because when XRP is above that level, it likes to stay above there. When it's below there, it likes to stay below there. So it's standard sort of trading on any chart really, but XRP, because it's 10 years old, respects that sort of respects that kind of chart formula way more than others, and you've seen the relevance of the moving averages, especially the 200, but even the Bollinger Band Center on the daily, and obviously the weekly is quite good as well. So we'll leave it with you there. I know that might be disappointing to hear for those of you that want to buy it. Those of you who are in it, you're probably in for a good ride, to be honest with you, especially if you bought these lows or if you've been holding on to it for a lot longer than that. I haven't bought any since way back, but I have an inordinate amount of this XRP stuff from the fact that it's a very good tradable coin, and I've used it on Bybit for the whole of the last bull market really, and made loads and loads of XRPs. And I've kept the vast majority of them, to be honest with you, because despite not making a new all-time high on the last bull market, that was rudely interrupted by the SEC. And once all of that resolves, I think we will be looking at a bit more of a powerful XRP with a little bit more upsides and a new all-time high. So, you know, I don't need this sort of cash to be liquidated right now. I'm very happy to just hold the, well, like I say, a disgusting amount of XRP for when it actually does fully materialize to new all-time high status. And look, maybe I'll start to scale out when we do actually eventually reach our all-time high. The best thing about XRP is it does give you decent signals, so it should give us decent signals to get out as well. Unfortunately, this time around it didn't do that because the SEC nipped it in the bud and basically ruined the chart. Didn't go on to make a new peak like a lot of other things did, but it's still good. It's definitely still good, and I would urge you to keep your eye on it, especially if you're learning to trade, because it's one of those charts that does respect signals. We've got Uncle Rich on the channel. He's using all his fib rings, and that seems to respect those also. So I'm pretty sure that whatever your trading strategy is, you could probably have a good attempt at trading XRP with whatever it is you're doing, because for me, it works really well, just from Itchy Cloud, moving averages, signals, momentum, and previous cycle stuff. You know, let me know if it works for you on whatever trading style you've adopted. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.